Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle. It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, Episode 24. That's it, guys. We're gonna finish the Season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I just watched this morning the episode 23. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. I'm gonna put also the link for the playlist that I made for this anime in case you want to watch all of my reaction videos to all of these episodes of this Season 1. Into the chronological order, you have a playlist for that on YouTube. You have a playlist also for that on my Patreon. If you don't know it, I have a Patreon on which you have these reaction videos earlier. You have 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, meaning 2 weeks of advance, meaning that right now they're already discovering the beginning of the season 2 this week on my Patreon. And on Patreon you have also one huge advantage is the fact that I'm publishing the full reaction part, meaning that I'm publishing my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode each time, to the entire movie also, because I know that after this season 1 I have the movie to discover. So yes, I'm gonna publish the full reaction part for also the movie. So yes, you have all of these advantages on my Patreon if you want, and you have this playlist to watch everything, you know, to binge watch my binge watching if you want to. This is the end of the season 1 and I'm really stressed since 2 episodes about that, about the fact that we began an all new story with the cursed spirit related to that bridge and all, just 2 episodes ago, meaning for me that we can't conclude all of that new war story with this episode, you know, at the end of this season, meaning that things are gonna finish with a big cliffhanger. Is it gonna be a big moment of action? Is it gonna be something really bad or something really nice? Is it gonna be a big reveal? I don't know. I have a little guess about that in the fact that what happened during the previous episode with Fushiguro, who managed to destroy that cursed spirit related to the bridge, you know, and because of that related to his own past, because he was a part of that school, so because of that we discovered the truth about his sister and also things about him, and you know how much I love that. He had at the end of that fight one of Sukuna's fingers, and the fact that he was so badly hurt at the end of this fight, the fact that we know that the 2 other cursed spirits, in fact, they want to have that finger, they're gonna target him for that finger. I'm stressed about the fact that maybe Fushiguro is gonna have to eat that finger that he just found. And maybe, in fact, this season 1 can finish with that. I would see it like a good cliffhanger, you know, a good big thing, big bad thing happening at the end of this season 1. I have the impression that he's gonna eat that one to protect himself because they're all gonna target him and clearly right now he can't defend himself. And or he's gonna eat that one because he's gonna see that his friends are targeted, you know, into a bad position. And the main thing about this character that we discovered is the fact that he's doing all of that, you know, he's a Jujutsu sorcerer because he wants to protect people. He wants to defend people around him. That's really the main thing about that character. The fact that he's ready to sacrifice himself if he needs to. So, to decide to eat one of these fingers would go on that direction, you know. I'm stressed about that. That's my theory for how this episode is gonna end. But really, I believe into it like at 15%, something like that. But I think that they have plenty of ways to finish this episode, to finish this season in another situation, something which is still gonna shock me, still gonna disturb me or something like that. We'll see about it. For now we have only Yuji and Nobara in front of these 2 other cursed spirit, even if we are not sure that the other one he was a cursed spirit or a cursed user. No, he's a cursed spirit. With what is happening into his back, he's a cursed spirit. But we have that one, we have the one that Mahito created. And I'm wondering, like, Mahito, did he send them just like that, like, do that mission for me? Or in fact, maybe he's around, ready to attack at some point? We have only our 3 students right there. It's really dangerous, in fact. They have no way to withdraw, to give up on that fight. I don't know what is gonna happen, but I'm ready to discover it. I cannot wait, so let's go for this episode. This final episode of the season, and yes, after I'm gonna watch the movie, don't worry, I know that I need to watch the movie just after this one. Let's go for it. Like I said earlier, if you want to have my Patreon, on which you have 4 episodes of advance, the full reaction part for everything in full opacity for sure. If you want to support me, you can go on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode. Let's go. I didn't expect that. You saw it during the intro. I had one theory about the fact that maybe Fushiguro would end eating that finger. I was afraid of that, for him to be attacked when he was right there into a position of weakness, or maybe he would decide to sacrifice himself because something bad would happen to one of his friends and he would want to intervene to save them. I was afraid of that. And I was in fact imagining that something like that would happen because I couldn't consider that this fight against these 2 cursed spirits would be resolved in fact just 1 episode. I didn't think so. So that was truly a surprise for me to see that it happened. I managed to resolve the situation. I'm gonna come back to how they did it, but that was a surprise. So at the end, the fact that yes, the situation with these 2 was closed, the fact that at the end, our guys, they are just having a little shopping session, then they are getting called by Satoru to go on a new mission and all. It's a good opening for a season 2, but I didn't imagine that it would end like that. I really thought that we would have a big cliffhanger or something like that, when it's not the case. Even if at the end right there, they are presenting the fact that these 5, maybe they're gonna go, like, they're gonna be promoted, I don't know how to say it, as students and all. I imagined something else. For the end of this season, I imagined something else, but that was pretty cool no matter what, because how they are concluding that fight against these 2 cursed spirits, that was freaking cool, and that was so intense. Like, as soon as Nobara got, hurt like that, I felt so afraid, because that's it, after Junpei dying, when I thought that we would keep him, that he would become Yuji next best friend. Like really, after it happened, I was like, okay, so in fact into this anime no one is safe. So when it happened to Nobara, I was like, oh no, it's the final episode, I need something big to happen, it's not gonna be Nobara's death. No, I don't want that. So because of that, I was really into the fight and it was really intense. I loved so much to see her fighting and to see how well her technique was responding to the others' techniques, that she understood it really in just 1 second and she used it so well, and that Yuji understood that also really quick, and together they mixed their abilities to fight these 2 and to fight them perfectly. And I thought that the big one, the big brother, would manage to escape. I thought that Yuji would try to run away, but I thought that this fight would end with only one of them dying. And no, in fact, again, Nobara had another plan on mind, something else that she could do to also target him. It was so great, I loved it a lot. But like Yuji, I felt this guy's pain. I felt the link that they had about the fact that they were brothers, and the fact that this guy released this technique just because he heard his brother screaming his name, and then cried for his death, managed to escape, but that was rough for him, and I felt sad for them. Even if I wanted all guys to win, to fight and to kill them, it doesn't block, you know, the fact that I can feel sad for them. They are still brothers and it's still one brother seeing another brother, you know, dying in front of his eyes. So I felt their pain. So for Yuji to kill him saying I'm sorry, I loved it a lot, and yes, it made me emotional, and yes, maybe I had some tears into my eyes during that moment because he felt the same emotion than me. And he apologized during that moment. The conversation that he had after that with Nobara was interesting because she's not considering stuff like him, something that I can totally understand, but I love the fact that he felt stuff like I did. So now, our guys are gonna go on a new mission. So we saw that we have a third brother, and for sure he's gonna want his revenge. He felt that his brothers died and he knows that it's because of Yuji and his group. So yes, he's gonna want his revenge. We saw after that with whom, you know, the third brother is. So for sure he's gonna want his revenge, and these two, they're gonna help him for that. We had Satoru congratulating himself. See, my three students, so what they managed to do, it should be because I'm a good teacher. Yes, you're a good teacher. Yes, you are. That was a good episode. I really appreciated it. It was intense, but it's finishing so well. I did not expect it to finish so well. I really thought that we would have a reveal at the end, like, something weird, something like, it's not like you thought. I appreciate the fact that Nobara and Fushiguro, they want to keep an eye on Yuji to take care of the situation. I don't appreciate the fact that Sukuna and Yuji, they are talking together like that. Is it something that they do regularly? I don't appreciate the idea. And for the rest, we'll see how it's gonna happen. And I will see that with the movie now. Next time that I'm gonna see you for Jujutsu Kaisen, it's gonna be to watch the movie. That's gonna be so cool, so great. I cannot wait. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can already have my reactions and my thoughts to the movie with the full reaction part, with everything, with the level 3. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.